Good morning, this is Ms. Billerbeck, and we're going to talk about 5.2, multiplication and division of algebraic functions. So if I have P over Q times R over S, that's the same thing as multiplying these two, P times Q, P times R, and on the bottom, Q times S. Now, if I'm doing division, P over Q divided by R over S, that equals P over Q times S over R, because I have to I change the sign to a multiplication, and I flip this over. So now I multiply across P times S and Q times R. Okay, so if I'm going to go and multiply across here, I'm going to have 4P times 3R over 9, that's a 9Q times 2P. Okay, so I could rearrange this a bit to eliminate some things. So if I see I have two 2's, so let's pull those 2's out. 2P, 3R, okay. And this is going to be, let's put the 2P over here using the commutative property of multiplication. And I have 3 times 3 is 9, and I'm going to put the Q over here just because I can, because of the commutative property of multiplication. So now I see, oh, look at that. That cancels and that cancels. So up top, now I have 2 times R. And on the bottom, I always put the coefficient first. So that's going to be 3Q. Okay, so this simplifies to that. All right, next. Okay, we're going to look at this. So we have 4 times AB squared, or B times, well, B squared, times, I'm going to break this one apart a little bit, but not right now. So 10C cubed D, just so you can see what we're doing. And then we have 15C squared D times 8AB. Okay, so now let's rearrange it so we can do our cancellation wars. Okay, so we see we have a 4 and a 4 on the bottom. So let's rearrange that 4. And I'm going to bring that 8 over here. So that's 4 times 2. Then I have 1A over here. Actually, let me put the 2 in front of there. 2 times 4, like that. And I have 4A, and I have 2 times 8A. So I'm getting them lined up. I have a B times B because of the B squared, and a B down here. All right, so sometimes it's a good idea to act like a little accountant on these things and figure out, well, I took care of that, I took care of that, took care of that, I took care of all of 8AB squared, 8AB. So now I need to work on these two. Okay, so I see I have 2. So I have a 2 times 5. I'm going to put the 2 right there. And then I have a 5. And I have 3 C's, 2, 3, and a D. Okay, down below, I have a 5 times 3. Right here, and I have 2 C's and a D. So let me make sure I got everything. So I put a 2 there and a 5 there. So I took care of that. I have 3 C's. I have a D. I have 3 times 5, which is 15. And I have 2 C's, which is a C squared and a D. So now it's time for cancellation wars. Boom, it's gone. Boom. Look at all those cancellations. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so we had quite a cancellation war. Now let's see what's left. So I have B times C over 3. And that's the only thing that was left after all that cancellation. So let's look at how that might have happened. Okay, so we have an extra B up here, so that B canceled. There's one extra C than this down here. This is 40, and this 15 times 8, well, 10 times 8 is 80, and then, so that's plus 40. So 80 plus 40 is 120. So 40 divided by 120 is 1/3. So that works out pretty well. Okay, so you could do it that way too. Okay, but I just enjoy doing cancellation wars myself. Okay, more cancellation wars. Okay, we have to remember that we have a difference of squares going on here. So we're upping the level of the puzzle. Okay, here we go. So this is a squared minus b squared. Okay, so this one is x minus, and the square root of 4y squared is 2y. So we're going to do an x minus 2y, x plus 2y. And then this one, let's pull the 2 out of there. And that gives us x plus 5y. Boy, losing some room there. Okay, now down here I can pull an x out. So I'm pulling x out here because they both have an x. I have x plus 5y. This I can pull out a 3, and I have x minus 2y. Aha! Do you see them? Okay, so we can cancel some things. Now they don't have to be right over each other. Okay, we can stretch it, can't we? So we can see, okay, there's an x minus 2 here and an x minus 2 there. Bye. And then there's an x plus 5y right there and an x plus 5y right there. Goodbye. And let's look at what's left. Okay, so we have one of these left. It didn't get completely canceled, but we can rewrite this as 2 times x plus 2y, and that's 3x because the coefficient always goes first. Okay, so we should distribute here. So, so we have 2x plus 4y over 3x, and that would be your final answer. Okay, on this one, we're going to keep, change, flip. So we have 9ab over 14c. We're going to change the sign of multiplication and flip this over to 8c over 3a squared. Okay, when we look at, well, we probably have the 3's as a factor, and we have a, b, c, and we have it 2 times 4 there as well for the 8. Okay, down here I have 2 times 7. I'm going to put the c right there, and I have a 3. Actually, let me put the 3's over here. So I have a 2 times 7, I'll put it over there, and I have a 3a times a. So now we can see better. Okay, and we might want to make sure we didn't mess up at all. So 9 is 3 times 3, a, b, c, and 8. Okay, this is 3a squared, c, and 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, cancellation words, boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so we have now 3 times 4 times b. So 3 times 4 is 12b. And down here I have a times 7, so I'm going to write 7a. So that's how that would reduce. So again, you have something a little crazy, and it actually isn't so crazy when you work it out. All right, last one. Ooh, it's getting crazy. Okay, so this one we're going to keep change flip. So we have 7p cubed times q over 3r squared s to the 5th times 6p s cubed over 14 q squared r cubed. Okay, let's start looking at stuff. Okay, well, we have to consolidate a bit. All right, so let's do that. So let's try this a different way than how I've been doing it, okay? Let's multiply 7 times 6. That's 42. I'm going to move over here. So I have 42, because that's 7 times 6. Then I see I have a p here, and there's really a 1 right here. So p3 plus 1 is p4. So I have 4 p's. And then I have q, and I have 3 s's. So I'm going to put 3 right there. Down below, I have 3 times 14. So 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1, and 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. Oh, look at that. And then I have r squared plus r times r cubed. So that makes that r to the 5th. But do I have any p's? No, I don't have any p's. But I do have q's. So I have r to the 5th. Okay, and then I have q squared. And I have an s to the 5th. Okay, so I took care of my r's, r to the 5th. I have q squared right here, and I have s to the 5th there. So I think it's pretty obvious that we just lost the 42s. So bye, 42s. Okay, so now we want to use our exponent rules that we learned. So there's no p down there, so the p to the 4th stays. So we're going to write it all on one line for now. So then I look and, well, actually, I guess we won't put it all on one line because there is only r's on the bottom. So that foiled me. So we have p to the 4th, r to the 5th on the bottom. Okay, then we have q. So q, we have 1 q up here, and that's going to cancel 1 q down there. So that leaves the q downstairs. Up here, I have 3 s's up here that are going to cancel 3 of the s's down there. So that's going to make that s squared. So if I had used the exponent rules, let's do that because I promised I was going to use the exponent rules and then I didn't. Okay, so the exponent rules. So if I use q, that's going to be 1 minus 2, and s is 3 minus 5. So that's going to give me p to the 4th over r to the 5th. Then I have q to the negative 1. Well, q to the negative 1, I'll just write it. So I have q to the negative 1 and s to the negative 2. Okay, so now you see where we were going. We were heading here. So we have p to the 4th over, and I want to do this in alphabetical order, and q comes before r. So q r to the 4th s squared. So now everything is a positive exponent. So that one was a little rough. Sorry. This one can be a lot of fun. So fasten your seatbelts. All right. So we are going to keep change flow. So we'll start with that. Oh, and while we're doing that, let's just factor this. So this is a perfect square trinomial, meaning it's going to look like this: x minus 6 and x minus 6. Down here, we have a difference of squares, and so that means we're going to alternate signs. Told you, it's where's Waldo? Got to find the things that you can cancel. Okay, so it's just a puzzle. And then when you flip this, oh, isn't this becoming quite the puzzle? And x plus 4 is down here. So we do massive cancellation by x to the minus 6. And look at this, we have this on top, this on down below. Goodbye. And what we're left is very simple. X minus 6 over x plus 4. And that is the answer. Okay, so sometimes it looks very ugly, but the answer is hiding in there. Okay, it's just a puzzle. It's a Where's Waldo game. So find the factors and then have fun doing your cancellation wars, okay? That's the best part of this, okay? Cancellation wars. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.